Okay guys, welcome to my video. I'm your host Asian MMA. Today I'm giving you my UFC 121 post afterthoughts. I waited a week before uploading this video, or making this video, sorry. In part because I wanted to wait for the dust to settle, just to see what everyone has to say. And here, I just want to go over the whole thing, okay? Main card, first fight, Brendan Schaub, Gabriel Gonzaga. I picked Schaub to win. I just thought he'd be more athletic, faster, and Gonzaga, he looks like he doesn't have anything left, and yeah, he got cut by the UFC. He was Icon and Contender at one point, so it's kind of sad to see him go, but you know, if he lost the fire to a fight and doesn't put on good fights no more, there's no reason to keep him. So good cut by the UFC. Brendan Schaub, you got my attention, buddy. You got my attention. Rock Gonzaga a few times. Pretty good fight. I told my buddy, I was like, man, there's going to be a lot of, decisions on this card. You know, in my head, that's how it all played out. I'm like, Brendan Schaub, Gonzaga, there's a good chance it's not going to end in decision. But I was like, man, it's probably going to end in the second round. Way off decision. Tito Ortiz, Matt Hamill. Tell you the truth, I was going with Ortiz in this one. I thought he would be able to grind out a decision, use takedowns, but Matt Hamill, man, no joke. Matt Hamill shut down Tito Ortiz. The only thing I have to say is, it was kind of a lackluster fight. One judge scored it 30-27. I was like, wow, what fight were you watching? Diego Sanchez, Paulo Thiago. No arguments here. Fight of the night, easily. Diego, man. He looked good. Paulo Thiago was my dark horse. Man, Paulo Thiago's no joke, man. First fight in the UFC, John Fitch. They brought in Thiago for him to lose, and he does decently against him. And then beats Koscheck. Paulo Thiago's a beast. I thought he had this in the bag, being the bigger guy. How Diego looked at welterweight in his last fight, I thought Thiago had this in the bag for sure. I wasn't doing too good on this card, but good for Diego. He looked really, really good. Fucking crazy, man. Picked up Thiago, screaming like a wild man, slamming him down. Man, that's vintage, man. Jake Shields, Martin Kampmann. Even though Kampmann came in with a horrible game plan, I thought he won the fight. Call me crazy, but I thought Kampmann did enough to win the fight. I think I gave it like the first round to Jake Shields, and then it was all Kampmann for the last two rounds. That's at least how I thought it went. Kampmann looked really good. He got back to his feet. Did a lot of submission attempts, surprisingly. I think he would have done better if he would have just stayed and stood up and struck. Jake Shields, you could tell something was wrong with him, man. He fought Henderson 5 rounds, constant, same pace, and he said that he had to cut 20 pounds in a day, and I was just scratching my head. I'm like, why are you cutting 20 pounds in one day, man? Do you know how much 20 pounds is? That's like, that's like more than 10% of your body weight, man. That's a little bit ridiculous for a professional fighter. But a lot of people are saying, oh, GSP will wipe the floor with Jake Shields. Not if he's fighting the Jake Shields, not this unprepared Jake Shields. I think Jake Shields stands a really good chance against GSP when he's not gassing in the first round. We've never seen Jake Shields gas. Obviously he's telling the truth when he had to cut 20 pounds a day. I just find it a little bit ridiculous that, such a smart fighter would attempt to cut 20 pounds in a day. Yeah. And finally, the thing that everyone wants me to talk about, at least I think, everyone wants to hear someone's input on Brock Lesnar, Cain Velasquez. I picked Brock Lesnar going this fight, and I thought it was going to stay standing. A majority of the fight was going to stay standing. I thought Brock Lesnar was going to land that big right hand, rock Cain, and then I thought Cain was just going, man, my MSN is going off like nuts. Crazy. But anyways, I thought Brock Lesnar was going to rock Cain, and I thought that's how the fight was going to play out. horrible game plan on Brock Lesnar. Like, whoever made that game plan, horrible, man. You know, if you can't take down Shane Carwin, what makes you think you can take down a fresh Cain Velasquez? You know, Cain Velasquez is no joke in the wrestling department. I think Brock Lesnar would have done way better striking, you know. What was the point of bringing in Pat Barry? What was the point of that, you know? I think the game plan was all wrong. I think he would have done way better standing. Even though, you know, even if Cain would have won, I think he would have did a lot better because, let's face it, in this fight, it was basically like this. Brock's like, I'm going to act like I'm going to strike with you, circle around, and then he's like, oh, shit. Where's my Popeye spinach? And he like spinged up, and he's like, he looked like he was on acid trips, like whoa! And then he darted in, tried to take Cain down. Pretty sure he took him down, but Cain is like oil and water, man. The canvas is the water, and Cain is the oil, man. They don't mix, man. You can't hold him down. He's just like, you got me on the ground. Guess what? I'm back on my feet. That was pretty much all like Brock Lesnar did. He went for the takedown. Gassed himself out. I was surprised he gassed himself out. I guess like the cardio for heavyweights must be real intense, especially when it's MMA as a whole and not just wrestling. I predicted that way wrong. You could tell Brock Lesnar slowed down. And then Cain just took over, man. It was completely one-sided beatdown. I have to say, man, I have to give big props to Brock Lesnar. Every single fight that Brock Lesnar has been in, he puts on an entertaining fight, man. Very few people can do that, you know. Fedor is one of the few, the only fight that I think Fedor has that's slightly boring is him versus Andrei Arlovski, you know. Andrei Arlovski was just punching him in the face whenever he wanted to, and finally the flying knee came in. That was a boring fight to me. But every single fight Brock Lesnar has been in, it's been exciting, man. You know, exciting fight. He's one of those guys you love to see lose or get him beat up. Brock Lesnar, man, really good fighter. And props to Cain Velasquez. I really don't see anyone beating Cain Velasquez. Not even Junior Dos Santos, man. Junior Dos Santos doesn't have the wrestling ability. You know, he has the ability to, you know, get back to his feet against Roy Nelson, but, you know, Cain Velasquez is not Roy Nelson, so Cain Velasquez, man, he's going to be a real hard guy to beat, man. I want to see Cain versus Carwin. I think Carwin stands a better chance than anyone else in the division. Brock Lesnar, I think he's going to lose to anyone that has decent wrestling and has superb striking, because Brock Lesnar looks... I thought the Pat Barry thing was going to polish up his skills and not make him a chicken shit on the feet. Let me check how many more minutes I got on this video. I got 2 minutes left. So, I want to go into the post-afterthoughts of all the hardcore, I guess, or casual MMA fans. They say, well, I guess this solves one thing. You know, Brock Lesnar just got beat by a smaller guy. I guess Fedor would have smashed Brock Lesnar if they fought. That gets me scratching my head, man, because here's why. You know, the way I broke down Brock versus Cain, I was like, if Brock can't take down Carwin, he's not going to take down Cain. You know, I think he has to strike with them, and I think that's how he's going to win. That makes sense, right? Because Carwin and Velasquez, they're basically kickboxer. Well, one's a boxer, one's a kickboxer, and wrestling. Why is everyone comparing Fedor to Cain Velasquez when their skill sets are completely different, okay? Okay, they both punch hard. Okay, I give you that. They're both more technical than Brock. I give you that. But still, one guy's a sambo guy, one's a wrestling guy. You know, the sambo guy's not going to take down the rest. He's not going to be able to stop the takedown, okay? We're going back to Kevin Randleman. Kevin Randleman took down Fedor, okay? Brock Lesnar, if he did that darting thing and then took the acid trip and shot in, he's going to take down Fedor, man. He's not going to have a chance to strike. So why are you comparing like two guys with different skill sets? Just because they're smaller, you know, 235 pounds, doesn't make them the same fighter, man. Brock Lesnar, you know, if they were to fight the next day, I would still say Brock wins that fight. It's a little ridiculous, the online fans, that, like, comparing grapes and oranges, man. Like, not even apples and oranges, grapes and oranges. It doesn't make any sense, man. Cain is not Fedor, Fedor is not Cain, man.